Hi, John here. In this video I will show you what budgets I used for my product testing. Basically I will show you with what budget I'm starting, what kind of budget I'm using for differently priced products. Then I will show you what exactly I'm looking for in that first day of testing for numbers. So how many conversions, add to carts, then how much money I'm using for second day of testing, third day of testing, and fourth day of testing, which basically is a day where I already know that product, if it's working or not, and if I should source it with my supplier. So I will show you all that. This video is a recording of my weekly AdFederation live training. AdFederation is my free Facebook mastermind group that is focused on Facebook ads and scaling e-commerce stores. So if you want to attend my free live trainings every week, then definitely join AdFederation. And also, after each training, I always have question and answers. So basically you can join me, for example, on Zoom on the live training, or you can even post comments, on the live training in Facebook group. So definitely join that, and it will be great to see you there. And now let's get back to main video where I will show you what budgets I'm using for product testing. Okay, so hi everybody, John here. Welcome in basically today live training, AdFederation live training. And today I would like to talk about what Facebook ad budgets I'm using to test my e-commerce products. And well, this will be a little bit short training, but I think this is one of those most important ones, because basically everybody, doesn't matter if you are dropshipper or if you are in e-commerce or affiliate marketer, whatever, and you are doing these tests of offers of products, then you should definitely know what budget is best for you. I mean, because at some point you can basically overspend on something that have no chance to work, or underspend, and if you, for example, underspend, then you will not get enough data to even know if that product is working. So let's just start with why it's important to pick correct budget for product testing. Like I said, you need to know, see, the name of game here is basically to not give Facebook all your money in exchange for nothing, right? So you need to give basically Facebook just enough money so you will test your products in a good way and get enough data, basically, so you will know that what you just testing is enough, right? Because I'm seeing marketers that they, for example, see some product and they immediately start, oh yeah, this is great product, it works awesome, they are very emotional about that product, and then they will decide, okay, so now maybe I should spend $500, or $1,000 on this product because it's so great, other people were running it, and all that. Well, and then they will realize that in 2 days they just burn $1,000 because, well, it has nothing to do with reality, right? So I'm trying to always build some rules, so it doesn't matter if I am really emotional about a product or not. I will not overspend, and I will always do things that make sense and they are strategic, right? I care only about data. I don't care about emotions or about likes or whatever. If I don't have good data, I will not spend more. So basically, that's why it's important to pick correct budgets. And well, let's now talk about what can happen if you are using budget that is too big, right? So if you do that, and like I said, you will overspend, you will get tons of data, but you will get no results, right? So every time when I'm testing products, I'm also trying to stay in some profit or on break even, right? So even when I will not make tons, of conversions first day, I will still make enough conversions to basically keep myself in profit or break even, so I'm not in loss. Even when I was starting out with basically all this drop shipping journey, I still was always on break even. All products that I basically picked and started, we always tested with specific budget, and we were always break even, right? We didn't really overspend. So, and again, if you will test with small budget, you will use $5 ad sets or something like that, or well, before it was possible to actually do $1 ad sets, but now it's just five. Then you will basically never get enough data to find out if that product works or not. You will never give it any basically air, so you can breathe. So for me personally, what I'm doing is that I'm testing product that I'm selling to customer for $35. That means $29.95 plus $4.95 shipping. Then I always do $70 budget, right, for that product for a day. That means that I will create 7 ad sets, and on every ad set, basically, I will spend $10 per day per ad set. And this is for first day, right? And here, actually, I really care about if one of these, if like a lot of these 7 ad sets got like some events, right? So if like 4 of them will get like one conversion, they will get like tons of add to cards. That's usually like a great day for me, because even when that ROAS could be like 1.5, 1.4, but I see there is like tons of events, I will usually give it like another day. But still, you need to know, you need to kind of like have at least like some conversions there, because if you will have like 7 assets with tons of add to carts but no purchases, then that's kind of like a problem because it could usually mean that your price is too high or too low, probably like too high, so people are kind of like bounce in checkout. So if you will do that, definitely check that if those add to cards, if you have just tons of add to cards, tons of clicks, great click through rate, but no sales, then I would definitely play with price before I will kill that product. So in that case, I usually change price and give that product one more day. But yeah, if you have like multiple on those conversions, and that it looks great, it's like from multiple ad sets, then I move to second day, right? So I will just like also tell you first, before I move to the second day of testing, what I do with those products that basically are more expensive, because the second day is same for all products. So if I'm selling something what is like let's say 45 plus, so basically everything doesn't matter if it's 59, 69, 79, then I usually start with again like 7 ad sets, but I go on for 140, because with these products I just want to do $20 per ad set per day. I'm also like running for my normal ads, like those big ads, like with $100, $200, and I have like tons of them, but I never use them for product testing. Every time when I test products, I try to keep it low, but I try to keep it in a way that I have like those 7 ad sets that I can test, because each of these ad sets have like different audience. So that means that I can actually test, because I need to know that if I am launching something, there is like a potential, right? So I will just create tons of audiences and see that if I can make conversions in a lot different audiences, because then I know that if I will start getting tons of stock, I can really like sell it, okay? Because if you have just I see it in with people that they, for example, are selling something and they are always getting sales from, for example, like one audience, like one small interest, and they are never able to scale it with like some other interests, for example. And this is like what I'm talking about. I always need to know with product that I can really push that product on multiple audiences, that it's like really broad product. So I'm not always focused on like one small group where I can just sell like thousands units and then basically everything will die. So again, with those more expensive products, I do 140 and 20 per day ad sets, because when it's like more expensive product, like high price product, like 59, 69, 79, then it's a little bit more difficult to convert, right? I mean, it's different to convert product for 20 and product for 70. There will be definitely like bigger investment for that product for 70. So that's why I kind of like I'm basically doubling the budget, and this way I actually found like a lot of winners, right? And usually there were like products for 45, 55, 65. So this is what I do. And when it comes to second day of testing, it doesn't matter if it's a big product, small product, if it costs 20, 25, or 75, I will always basically leave that budget that I have from that previous day, and then I will create from now only $20 assets, and I will basically and I will create 10 of them, right? So basically, if that first day survived, like let's say I was testing high price product, and first day survived like $100 in assets per day from that previous day, and then basically I will add another $200. So that means I will create another 10 assets, right? And again, I will dupe like those, for example, if there were like assets that actually had multiple conversions, I will dupe these, and then I will create rest of them from scratch. Because again, I have like these days of testing, because I want to know how far I can go when it comes to that audience size. Because if it's like small audience, I know that I can't survive with it for like a long time. So that's why I really like try to do it broad. So those like first days of testing are really about testing different audiences to know if I can really like hit like something broader. So basically I will do another 10, those 10 assets. So let's say basically that second day of testing, I will have $300 per day in those assets. On third day of testing, let's also like talk about how actually I know that second day of testing was working properly. Well, here I actually expect like that tons of these assets will convert. Okay, if I have like 15 assets running, and only like three of them made like most conversions, even if it was like in some positive ROAS, I don't trust that product, right? Because I expect that at least like those 10 assets or something like that will have some conversions, or at least like half of them. Okay, it's okay if you will again on the second day end up at 1.5 or 1.6. It's fine. It's still like optimizing, and that creative that you are running basically still don't have like enough comments and all that like social proof, so which will basically really like boost that product itself. So basically if you will still like end up in 1.5, it's like fine, and you can continue to that third day. But I would be more careful, because I would be really checking if it has like enough add to cards, if like all those numbers should make more sense. Maybe it's not stable, how you want, but it should be a little bit like more clear that there is like some potential. So don't be like too emotional about it. It's a lot better to kill it immediately. If you are getting like one ROAS, okay, don't be like naive. Okay, same for the first day. If you are getting like under one ROAS on one ROAS, or you had like one ad set with like 5 conversions and the rest of them like literally died, then don't be naive. Then don't be naive. There are like so many products that you can test. You don't need to really like focus on that. Okay, so just like it's always better to just like leave and move to some another product. So in first day of testing, I usually try to get everything to basically to like $500 or $600. You also need to understand that basically every day you are like adding more and more money, right? So if you had second day 300, then third day you will spend another 500 or 600. Is like already for 900, and here you are basically on 1000, right? So if that product is really not working, you need to like stop it immediately, because it will just like get okay there. So you will basically end up with like $1000 in like loss. Okay, so you need to be really like not emotional about this, because it could kill you, or or it will cost you like a lot of money. Okay, so for day I usually do that 500 or 600, and well, that for day I already expect it will be like 2 RAS. Okay, if I don't have like great numbers on that for day, and when I say 500 or 600, I will just I mean, this is like a new budget that I do. Okay, so basically if there was like some assets that survive like 200, I will add additional like 600, for example. So and again, I will again do a lot of things, but I will still test tons of different audiences. And if that first day will end up nice, because I expect from that first day that it will end up great, okay? Because I just want to see already that is like 2 hours or something. Because if you are running already like with budget like that, okay, which is like let's say $800 per day, there's like no reason why the product should not be already like ready and in profit or above like 2 RAS, okay? Even if you have like huge margin, and that RAS could be like a little bit like lower than from other people who are running with like a really like cheap offers. Still, I expect like 2 RAS, okay? And I expect a lot of conversions. I expect that third day will be almost like most of my days basically of like running any promotion, right? Because in those first 2 days, I kind of like tolerate some like some like low numbers or like some weird data. But on third day, I expect that product is already like perfectly working, because if I'm spending this on it, it should work. And 4 day for me, it's basically just to push it to $1,000 in in new budget. So basically, if there will survive, like 500 or I don't know, like 600 from that per day, which it should survive, because if a lot of these ads will convert, there is like no reason to stop them. So so you should already like be able to spend like 1,500 on that 4 day. And if that works with this budget at this level, I know that I can go to my supplier and basically start working on all stock and well, all that, okay? Because if I cannot keep it 4 days in profit, or in like some grow, then for me that product doesn't make sense. I mean, most products that you will have will not survive first day, and second like biggest and those other products, most of them that you will see will not survive second day, right? Little of them will get to third day, and even less of them will get to fourth day. Usually when they are great on third day, I know that they will survive 4 day. So basically, if you can get here, and which on to that third day, which really is like a key, then you could probably already have a winner. But that's why I have that 4 day, so I can really test it with a little bit bigger budget, so I know that if I will scale it to like 5k or 10k, it can hold, because I know that if I can on 4 day do budget like 1,500 and be in profit, I can easily push it to 5k or 10k. It's not really a problem, because I know that if this works, that product basically will be in god mode. So I have like so much like space where I can like scale. So this is basically how I treat all my products, right? So basically, yeah, this is how I kind of like I deal with those budgets. I don't really do like super small budgets, because I was working in the past with like a lot of clients actually, and sometimes they called me to check their promotion, their structure, and all that. And I saw, and they were telling me like, yeah, we can like make this Facebook work. We don't know why. We have like this product. They had like a lot of like a great content for it, videos, like everything what basically Facebook marketer would be like happy about, right? Because you can really like work with this stuff. But their guy was like managing it in weird way. He was using like those $5 ad sets, and I also saw different client in the past when he was like using $1 ad sets, but before Facebook actually shut it down. And that was like also like their biggest problem, because they were trying to, for example, save on these like small ad sets, but they were never giving Facebook enough data or enough space to basically like find these like buyers, okay? So they were just like burning literally money. They were thinking they are saving money and they are smart about it, but truth is that they were actually burning money, and they never get any real like results. So if you are testing products, you need to really like you need to really like jump, and try those, at least like spend like $70 on it, or like 140, because it's not really like cheap, the drop shipping. I mean, people sometimes like live in like some fairy tale that you will just come with $100 and make like millions. But to be honest, you need to like test products, and usually you need to test them with budget like that, okay? So especially for people who start, I would not start with less than 4k, to be honest. Like I didn't start with less than that. and I spent before that millions of dollars of other people on Facebook. So I definitely like suggest to like keep these budgets and understand that if you want to find a winner, you really need to have some cash. You need to have like some cash on hand, so you can like scale fast and hard and like survive at least these 4 days. Because if you don't have like enough money on that, your life will be a little bit very difficult, to test products and find the winner. I hope this actually helped. This is really like how we test products for like years. Okay, this is not something that is actually changing much because it changed way how we do ads, how we optimize everything. But usually we start with these numbers because this is the best way how to test tons of products and in a cheap way, because spending like $70 on product but in very like strategic way is not such a big problem. So I hope it helped. And guys, actually, if you are still if you are already running some e-commerce stores, you have like some $500 per day at least. We still have 2 spots in our e-commerce scaling program that basically will start in 2 weeks. So if you want us to help you with scaling to like 10K per day, from like 1K, then definitely let me know. You can actually go and check this. Go. And here you can actually schedule a free session with me where I will where we will talk about your business. I can give you some tips about how to, for example, increase your sales. And well, we will also like talk about that coaching and if you are a good fit, because we can't work with people who don't have a product, who don't have any sales, because this is really about scaling people who already make like 1K and want to go to like 5 or 10. Okay, so we still have like 2 spots left. So if you will go here, you can actually schedule a call with me and we can talk about your business. Okay, so we'll just wrap it up. So I hope this helped you. And well, if you want to work with us on scaling your business to like 10K per day, like consistently, no like crash and burn, then definitely go to that link and I will see you next week in AdFederation Live Training. So bye for now.